Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Emma. I post like college lifestyle videos, so if you're into that, be sure to subscribe and also be sure to follow me on Instagram. So first off, Happy New Year. It's officially 2019. We are 4 days in. I actually just got back from Florida. I was there for Christmas and New Year's, so I just had a nice relaxing time with family and friends. I hope you guys did too. With the new year, especially with social media, I like to go back and like look at what I did over 2018, and so on Instagram I did do like the month by month thing, which I know a lot of people hate, and I completely understand, but I did it like more so for me so that I actually like had to sit down and like look at my old pictures and see what I did each month, and then I saved it to a highlight so that I could see what I did, didn't do, hope to do, etc. So while I was relaxing by the pool and the beach, I kind of just wrote down some notes on my 2018, and I also am going to go over the goals that I had set at the beginning of the year last year, and then the goals that I have for 2019. And I know this isn't like everyone's kind of video, so obviously you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. Again, this is kind of like Instagram. Like, I feel like it's almost more so for me than it is for you, just so that I sit down and I get to kind of reflect on my year, see what I did, and then I have like an actual thing that I can go back and look at and just remember how my years have gone by, because time goes by so fast. And since I've started college, I have kind of like, I divvy my year up into 3 parts. I have like the spring semester, summer, and then the fall semester. So I'm kind of going more so by like semesters rather than months, just because like I don't do like a bunch of fun stuff every month, so like it's easier for me, just especially when I was like going back and looking at my camera roll and my Instagram and stuff like that, to kind of like pinpoint like everything per or by semester or season rather than like months. So just a heads up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my spring semester, which was like January to like the end of April, I think. And it was pretty tough on me, which is kind of why I'm scared to go back. I go back the 14th, so like 10 days from today, which is crazy. I only had 4 classes, so it was a little bit of a lighter like homework load, but I think that kind of worked against me because I was very in my head. I think a big part of it, which I have talked about before, but like I saw my ex a couple of times during the semester just to meet up and chat, which was good, I think, but it impacted me in a very negative way and something that I wasn't really expecting. So I was just like really in my head. I was constantly thinking, overthinking. My skin went to hell, like it was so bad, and I just felt like kind of dark and like, I don't know, I just did not really feel like myself. And so I mean, obviously like I work really hard on my school, so I like worked really hard in school. I, you know, still work at a dance store, so I was working there, but then like every alone moment or like moment when I didn't necessarily have to do anything, I was just always thinking, and so that just like really took a toll on me. Plus it was my first semester on the main campus, so for those of you who don't know, I am a community college student, but my college lets us take 6 credits at the main campus, and then like the rest we can take through the community college. So that's what I did, and I just like being on the main campus and being in 2 classes there, it wasn't quite what I expected, and I was honestly a little bit disappointed. And so yeah, I think that also kind of played a part in it, because this school's supposed to be so good and awesome, and I was like kind of feeling as though I had missed out going to community college rather than a big university. But then I was like, got there and I was like, yeah, no, like not missing out at all. I like my community college so much more, which I think is cool for me. Like, I love my community college so much more. It's just such a good school. So I feel like January, February, and March were all kind of just a blur. In March though, I did go to Europe, and I feel like that's kind of when things started like taking a turn, going up. I went to Paris and Venice with my mom, which was awesome. I have been out of the country before. I've been to Spain over in Europe and then a couple places down in the Caribbean. But it was so nice just to like go to Europe. I love Europe so much. Paris was incredible. Venice was amazing. Like, it was just such a great trip. I feel like it was really kind of like what I needed at that point in the semester. Yeah, in April things I would say kind of started to get a little bit better after I got back. Finished school strong, and then after, like literally immediately after I finished my semester, I flew to Florida. My grandma lives in Florida, so I was there for like a week, which was really nice. I was just in the sun, by the pool, the ocean. It was just really, really nice. And then fast forward to summer, I worked a lot. I think I was averaging, I don't know, it may have only been like 35 hours a week, which isn't a ton, but it was a lot. And especially when it's like, I don't know, you kind of do the same thing every day, it's like can kind of get a little bit boring, but worked a lot. It was good. I like my money, I like my paychecks. I went to the pool, I relaxed, I read books a lot, which I hadn't really gotten to do since before college, honestly, because like during the semesters, like there's really just like not time to read for fun. Like almost all of your reading is like strictly academic, and so like reading a fun book, just like there just like really is not time for it. So it was really nice to do that. I babysat a lot, which was fun. I love my little kiddos. I took 2 online math classes also, kind of forgot about those. I took statistics and then quantitative reasoning. Quantitative reasoning was super easy. It was like throughout the whole summer, so I was able to do it like week by myself, which was good. Statistics was a 6-week class, and like math is not my forte, but my dad is actually a math teacher, so he helped me with that. Got through that. It went well, but that, I mean, yeah, I was like working, doing my classes, or like at the pool relaxing outside. And then a couple trips I took, I went to the Great Smoky Mountains, which was fun. The beach, we do Sandbridge, Virginia with my dad's side of the family every year, so that was nice. And then I also went to Iceland, which is one of my favorite trips. It was just like so peaceful there and quiet, and there was just so much green in the waterfalls, and I was just there with my dad, so like it was just like such a peaceful, rejuvenating trip. Like I would go back there, like if I could go there every year to just like I was not on my phone, like no phone, just kind of sitting in nature and like just in awe of nature. Like the country is so beautiful. That would be really, really good for me. It would be good for everyone, but like it was just that kind of trip, and it was just so nice. So then the fall semester started. This was, I think, August 28th maybe. And so yeah, I started classes again. The semester went relatively well. I've talked about it a lot. I did so many college week in my life over this fall semester. Like one class that I really, really enjoyed, a couple that were like good, and then one that just sucked. It was so bad. PR, personal relations, no, public relations, I always say personal, public relations, the teacher, the layout was just not a good class. But my other 4 were fairly good. I did well in my classes. I feel like I learned the most this semester, and I owe that to my one professor who I had for 2 classes, who was just incredible. So yeah, overall it was a good semester. I took risks, which I haven't really done before. Like I don't know, I feel like I'm just like a very chill person, and so I don't really like go out of my way to do stuff, or at least I didn't used to do that, but now I'm starting to like, okay Emma, like I met 2 people that I had never met, never talked to before for coffee, which was so nice, but like asked me 2 years ago and I would have never ever done that. Like that wouldn't even been on my radar. But like meeting people, talking to people, like as a communication major, like I need to learn to communicate and to talk to people who I don't know, and how I just want to get better at like asking questions and being a good listener and good communicator, because I think that's so important and something that we're kind of like losing in our society, or at least like America. So yeah, that was good. Yeah, I really just focused on my schoolwork. I mean, it was a fairly heavy load. The one professor that I loved so much, I mean, I was writing constantly in her classes, and so like that just took up a lot of my time. But it was really good for me, I think, just to be like, I felt very involved in my schoolwork, which I liked a lot. So yeah, I just really focused on my studies. I also feel like I did quite a bit on YouTube. Like I was posting almost every week, sometimes twice a week, which was good. I was just like starting to get back into the rhythm of it, and I was like just loving making videos and creating content, as well as on Instagram. Yeah, this fall semester was just like really good. So I also started yoga and like kind of working out to try to help like my mental and physical health, just because like my spring semester was so difficult on me mentally, and then summer obviously is summer, so there's sunshine and like you feel pretty good, but then in the fall I was like kind of scared to lose that, so I was doing like night yoga, just like some stretching and working out, just like even if it was for like 15 minutes, like that was better than nothing. And like I felt so much better because of that too, so I kind of started to prioritize that. I also turned 20, which is so weird. Like, I feel like I'm in that awkward stage where like I'm not a teenager, but I'm not like a real adult because I'm not 21, so I'm just kind of like in that weird space. But yeah, I don't know, people still think I'm like 16. So actually one person when I was in Florida thought that I was 25, which is wild. I've never gotten that before. Everyone thinks I'm like 18, like 2 or 3 years younger than I actually am, which is fine. I'll take it. And then yeah, after the semester finished out, I think I officially finished like the 14th of December. And then I left for Florida on the 24th, so I was just working quite a bit between those days. I went skiing again, which was awesome. I bought a season pass this year, so I went skiing for the first time. And then what else did I do? Yeah, I worked a lot. I relaxed. I was like just watching Netflix in my bed and movies and staying up late and staying, you know, sleeping in. Like, it was just so nice. And then yeah, ended up in Florida, went to Isla Mirada, which is down in the Keys, and then Fort Lauderdale. It was just so nice, so relaxing, so good for me, and like I feel like I'm starting out like my year really well and like trying to stay super positive for the spring semester, because I don't want to be like, I just don't want a repeat of my 2018 spring semester. Okay, so I'm gonna put my 2018 goals up on here while I read through them. So my first one was to get fit, toned, and strong. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm any more toned or any stronger, but I definitely like kind of tried to work out more because I knew that it was good for me. And so I feel like my body still looks like pretty much the same, but I think that's still okay and that's good. And I think I'm more so do it for my mental health rather than like my physical like outward appearance. Obviously it's good for you like on the inside too. But next was to eat better and drink more water. I think I kind of did this, the water part not so much. I kind of focused on that this fall semester as well. But eating better, I feel like I eat pretty well in the first place, so I don't really know why I put that on there actually. Drink more water, still need to do that. It's really hard to do. But spend less time in front of a screen. I definitely did this. I'm very, I don't know, I'm conscious, I guess, of like when I'm on my phone, and I especially notice it when other people are on their phones, and it just like really, really annoys me and bugs me. So yeah, I don't really like text anyone, so if I'm on my phone it's like doing emails, work stuff, Instagram, stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I was on my phone less, which is a good thing. Find a solid group of friends. Didn't really do this. I definitely met some new people who I like, but it's just like, it's really, really hard being a commuter. I don't know, I feel like it's really difficult to meet up with people who do live on campus, because like you can do last minute stuff there, whereas like I'm still living at home, so it takes me 20 minutes to get anywhere. And yeah, I don't know, so I didn't really do that. I really think that I will find a group of friends in 2019 though, just because I'm going to move out and gonna have some roommates, so I'll be able to meet them and meet their friend groups and stuff like that. So I think I'll finally be able to just kind of meet more people, which is my main goal. Learn more about myself and the world. This is definitely true. Again, I attribute it to my professor. I took a Native American literature class, and so I feel like my eyes were just like opened so much, and I was able to look at things from the opposite perspective that we usually look at things. And so yeah, I guess now I'm just like really conscious, or not conscious, I'm just like aware of my surroundings and the world. Honestly, just to like broaden my horizon, my understanding, just like my knowledge. Like I value learning so much, and yeah, so I feel like I definitely learned a lot about the world and about myself as well. Just again with that spring semester, like it was so tough on me, and so I feel like I really am starting to kind of understand like who I am and how I think and what my habits are and stuff like that, and how I can begin to break those. So yeah, I think I definitely did that one. Be kinder and more compassionate. I think I've definitely done this as well. I feel like I'm a pretty nice person, and like I really do care for others. And yeah, I just feel like yeah, I'm not gonna say anything else about that. Capture moments. Yes and no. I feel like sometimes, like if I'm filming a video, I will like film the clips, but then I forget to take pictures of what I was filming, and so sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh, that's such a cool video, but like definitely wish I would have had a picture from that, you know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely do have a lot of pictures, mostly from trips and like places I've gone, not so much like from my life here in Cincinnati. But I feel like I've definitely captured moments. Take risks, I have definitely done that, just like meeting two people that I didn't know, like that's a huge risk for me. Yeah, so I think I've definitely done that. Be adventurous. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to kind of get into my adventurous funk, especially going to like Europe and Iceland. Oh, I also went to New York City for fall break with a friend of mine. That was my first trip like without any family members, so that was really good. That was adventurous. That was a risk, kind of. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That was awesome. And then my last one was to be present, which I think kind of goes hand in hand with the, you know, just not being on your phone or in front of a screen so much. Which again, I think I did. I love being in the present and being in the now, and I don't like being like just on my phone, distracted, not paying attention, not listening. So yeah, I feel like it was overall a pretty good year. It was just that spring semester that really got me down. But I feel like I learned so much from it, and like, I don't know, I feel like I just said, like I understand myself so much better from that. So I think it was unfortunately like good to experience that. But now for my 2019 goals, which I don't really know if goals is the correct word or the word that I'm looking for, because like my goals are very, I don't know, they're not specific. So they're just kind of general, because I feel like if I were to say I want to work out 3 times a week and drink 2 bottles of water every single day, like that's just something that I find really unrealistic and really easy to break, and so I don't want to set goals for myself that I know I'm not going to keep. So I did kind of the same thing as I did in 2018. They're more general and just kind of things that I want to do throughout the year, rather than like specific things I want to do every day or every week, if that makes sense. So my first one is to do more of what makes me happy. So for example, dance classes, skiing, reading, journaling, taking pictures. Dance classes, I took a jazz class in November, and then I also did a couple ballet classes back in the spring semester. And if you don't know, I danced for like 14 years. But yeah, I danced as I grew up, and so that's just been like such a huge part of my life. So I've been slowly trying to get back into it. Next semester I am planning to take a hip-hop class, hopefully, if I can get into it. There's only like 25 spots, but I'm hoping I can get into that because that will be so much fun. And then skiing, yeah, I went skiing for the first time 2 winters ago. My ex actually introduced it to me, and I loved it so much. And so last year I went once and I was like, okay, like I really do love this. And so this year I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy a season pass. So I did, and I have a season pass. I've gone once so far. I'm actually going tonight as well with my friend, and then I think I'm gonna go Thursday. And yeah, I just kind of want to go like twice a month again to kind of clear my head, and like that's gonna be my just like my breather, I guess, during the semester, because as I keep going back to this dang spring semester last year, it killed me. So I would like something where I can just like, I've never felt so free as I do when I ski. So I think it's just gonna be good for me to have that option to just kind of like relieve stress and just breathe during the spring semester. And then reading, yeah, in Florida I literally averaged like 100 pages a day, I think. So I read like 3 books. It was just so nice, and like growing up I was always reading. And so then when college started, like I just don't really have time to read anymore, so it was so nice to read. So I would like to have a book that I can read, like instead of watching Netflix or instead of watching YouTube, I can instead read like 30 pages, not 30 pages, for like 30 minutes. And I think that's good for your mental health. It's good to just, yeah, not be on your phone or any kind of device. And then journaling, I was actually going back and reading my journal a couple days ago, well, not a couple days, before I left for Florida, and I think I started it in like the beginning of 2016. So like there's so many things from when I was dating, and like the breakup, and like how I was doing in college and changing majors and what classes I was taking, and like my struggles and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is so good to like have some tangible thing that I can like flip through and look at what I experienced and what I went through. So I would like to continue to do that a little bit more. I think last year I only journaled like 2 or 3 times, so I'd like to do like a monthly update or like every other month or something like that, just because I think it's good for me, again, for mental reasons, and then also to look back on and reflect on. And then taking pictures. I love taking pictures and just capturing moments or like pretty things in the world. And then I want to continue to work out to better my mental and physical health. Same thing. I'm not setting like you have to do this. Instead, I just want to like know that, okay, like I'm conscious of this. I need to work out just because it's good for me. Even if it's 15 minutes, it's better than nothing. Just so that I can try to, yeah, just keep it up. Again, be present. I want to be present. I know I still average, I think, like 2.5, 3 hours on my phone every day, but like this is counting as time, like me just keeping it up. So it's not obviously like 100% accurate, but I do spend too much time on my phone and on my laptop, so I would like to cut that down a little bit more and instead, you know, read, journal, take pictures, relax, whatever that may be. Again, that goes hand in hand. Spend less time in front of a screen, take risks. I want to continue to take risks, and I think this year I definitely am. I'm actually supposed to spend the summer somewhere in Europe, still on the wait list, but I should be there, yeah, for like literally 3 months, I think, by myself with no one I've ever met before, so that's a huge risk for me. And then also moving out with a bunch of random girls. We're supposed to tour the house Tuesday, so I'm hoping that all works out and that it goes by or goes smoothly. But that's a huge risk for me, so there's gonna be lots of risks this year, which will be super fun. I want to continue to be compassionate, kind, loving, and gracious. Just continue to treat others as I would like to be treated. Don't take things too seriously. I feel like I am kind of a fairly serious person, especially now and like since I started college, because like I'm so serious with my studies, and I don't really like hang out with a ton of people anymore, so like I never get to like laugh or like be fun and stuff like that. So I just want to, yeah, just not take things so seriously and just be fun and spontaneous and stuff like that. And then lastly is to be vulnerable online and engage with my followers. This is something that I've been thinking about, trying to figure out. I really want to be vulnerable on my YouTube channel and on Instagram, but whenever I do, I feel like I always get backlash, so I'm trying to figure out like a good way to be vulnerable and to share my thoughts and opinions and views and facts and stuff like that without it coming off negatively. And so I feel like backlash, again, it's just kind of inevitable, but I would like to try to figure out a way to be vulnerable, to be open. That way I feel like you guys will get to know me better, and then again, like engaging with you guys, I want to do better at like responding to comments, responding to DMs, responding to Instagram comments, just all that kind of stuff, just so that we can build a better relationship. And yeah, those are my 2019 goals. I'm so excited for this year. I really feel like it's going to be like the best year ever. I'll graduate with an associate's degree, I'll spend the summer in Europe, and then I'm moving out and starting school at like the main university, so it's gonna be, and I turned 21, so like it's gonna be awesome. Alright, my battery's about to die, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any video requests for the new year, please let me know. Comment down below, follow me on Instagram, you can DM me or comment on my pictures, whatever it takes. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye!